y'all. Sorry for being late. I lost track of time. I got a hodgepodge of stuff we're going to talk about today. The topics are going to kind of be all over the place, and they are all over the place, you know. There's a few things I want to talk about that ain't got nothing to do with each other. But it's just how I'm feeling. It's a Friday. It's a Friday, so come on to the chat room, y'all. Come in the chat room, share it and all that good stuff. Twitter, YouTube, whatever you listening on, whatever you watching on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up, vaping fast break? What's up, Don Philly? You like the video? You at work, showing support. That's what's up, Andre. We about to get started. We're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna pull out some cards, and later on, anybody coming in later on want to get your cards read, I'll be doing some of that later on today. I've been telling y'all I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna do it. But I want to talk about an old story from about 7 years ago with Candace Wiggins, former WNBA player, who talked about being bullied because she was straight. And has this been addressed in the 7 years since? We're going to talk about, I'm going to talk a little bit about Nelly and Ashanti getting back together. I think I was looking at their cards, the Senate combination card. I was like, they have a very interesting story in their cards that we're gonna talk a little bit of cards later on through Ashanti and Nelly and their situation that they got going on. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on over there on the West Bank. And we're going to read some cards into that situation. I'm not going to get too into it, and I'm not going to choose sides. Because frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn. But what's going on over there does have worldwide implications, from things as far as gas prices to the availability of chips and the price of iPhones. All of that is hinging and is hanging in the balance because of this conflict on the West Bank. So it's my responsibility as someone who talks about these kind of things to at least bring light to it, talk about it, see if we can read some cards, see where that situation is going, and all that. But you're right though, likes are free. Hit the like button. And I need y'all to share this program. I need y'all to share this. Share this right now. And we're going to get started in about like 1 minute. But in the meantime, I'm going to give y'all 1 minute. Literally, I'm going to give y'all 1 minute. Then we're going to come right back to share this. And then we're going to get started, all right? I'll be right back. We back. I'm back. Let's get it started. Where we going? What's gonna be our music bed today? I like that beat, Duncan. Yeah, or should I go here? Yeah, I think it's gonna be our music bed for today. This gonna be our music bed today. This gonna be our music bed today. Let's go. This gonna be our music bed today. So, speaking of music beds, tonight, if you're in LA, tonight, come on out to Long Beach, to Gray. We are having our live music. Me, J-Mo, live band, live everything. It's gonna be dope as hell. I'm looking for the flyer right here. Where the flyer at? No, that's yesterday's show. I'm looking for the flyer right here. I should have had all this shit prepared. But y'all know I be on the fly with my shit. Let me see here. Here we go. That's tonight. Fat Fridays in Long Beach. Oh, we will be having a raffle tonight. We'll have raffles. I'm going to be raffling off some Soul Glow tonight. This is some cold ass packaging. Whoever did this, I don't know who did this. I just bought this. I mean, I not bought this, but I got I bought it. I went to the shop. I went to one of the shops and I got this. I was like, wow. They named this. This is in one of the shops that I went to yesterday. I'm raffling off some Soul Glow tonight. So yeah, it's a 420 weekend. So we got some nice 420 weekend raffles. Ooh, woo, that stinks. Woo, woo. Ooh, shit, frosty like a motherfucker. God damn. That's frosty. Little ass nuggets. But it's frosty than a motherfucker. Yeah, we're gonna do some raffling. Playing some music tonight. Appreciate the Cash App. Appreciate the Cash App. Hell yeah, the Soul Glow. This shit smell dope too. Like, who the fuck does this? Like, I gotta meet whoever did this packaging. Like, who the fuck? Like, come on, really? Stoners, really? Y'all, we doing this now in 2024? Stoners? Man, I hope, man, who the fuck? I don't know who the fuck. These ain't no sponsors. I just bought this shit at the store, and I was like, wow. Because I was like, wow, who the fuck? Like, who the fuck? Niggas is... People are creative as fuck, dog. Like, what? And then, whatever. But what's up, everybody in the chat room? What's up, everybody in the chat room? Somebody said, can I win the raffle if I'm white? I don't know. Can you? You answer that, you stupid fucking idiot. Sorry, some goddamn attention whoring ass hoes in the chat room. Nigga, that shit got my room. That shit got up in here smelling like the Wnba and the Boomty Bams. Let me go ahead and light this incense. But let's get into it. Yeah. So anyway, let's start talking about it. First off, in a case of toxic femininity, I want to go to an old story that sort of resurfaced recently. This is an old story, pre-coronavirus, a different world, 2017. But I'm bringing this up since the WNBA is a hot topic right now. And what it is a story Candace Wiggins said a while ago about when she left the WNBA, how she was bullied for being straight in the 98% gay WNBA. This is to go further into what we were talking about yesterday. I kind of wanted to tie in a knot into this to yesterday's talk, and this was something that I meant to mention yesterday, but I forgot to mention this point. So I want to tie this knot, and then we'll get on to today's news. And the reason why we're talking about this is because, you know, there's a lot of talk when they talk about discrimination, when they talk about things that are wrong in the community and in society. Those conversations tend to go in one direction, and the harm in that is they're victims on all levels. And if your victim status doesn't jive with whatever the social theme of the day is, you get overlooked. You get overlooked. And this is a culture issue in women's basketball. Straight women being bullied by the butches. It's funny because right before this started, I was my sister called me, and my sister was like a really good high school basketball player, but my sister stopped playing basketball in the 11th grade, primarily because of the culture of lesbianism, and she wasn't trying to go down that route. And my sister could have easily gotten a college scholarship playing basketball had she played her senior year and cared to play. But she wasn't about to be going down that road. Thank you. I'm so glad my sister was like, nah, it ain't worth it. And I know so many women who've had to do that. I was telling you guys a story before about like how I used to hoop at the Wooden Center at UCLA, and I would hoop with like a lot of women on the UCLA basketball team back in the day. And back in like the 90s and the 2000s, I don't necessarily know about now, but back then UCLA had a reputation for the most part being a school for straight women. You had women who could have gone on to play with some of those bigger schools, but they wasn't down with the carpet munching. And they knew if they went to one of them other schools, they was gonna have to lick away. And the ladies weren't down for it. So they go to different schools to avoid the bullshit. My question is, why does a woman, if she's especially skilled in a sport, they're pushing women towards these sports, they're pushing Caitlin Clark, every TV commercial you see, they got the woman lifting more weights than the man. You got all of this pushing towards women towards basketball and sports. But one thing that comes with that is a very violent culture of sexual aggression, if I can put it lightly. An extremely violent culture of sexual aggression. You've heard women in the past like Lisa Leslie talk about it. You've heard a lot of straight women talk about this. Candace Parker was married when she got in the WNBA. She was married to Sheldon Williams. Remember that nigga that from Duke? They used to wear the wristbands that we all knew do well in the NBA. She was married to that black man. But after that, I don't know what happened. But sometime in that environment, she said, "Nah, this ain't enough. I need to get this white woman over here." Why does all of the sexual bullying happen within the WNBA and it doesn't get addressed? She said she was targeted for harassment during an 8-year WNBA career because she was heterosexual. Wiggins, who turned 30 last week, described the very, very harmful culture of the WNBA in an interview with the San Diego Tribune published on Monday. It wasn't like my dreams came true in the WNBA. It was quite the opposite, said Wiggins, who announced her retirement last March while considering a contract extension from the New York Liberty. I wanted to play 2 more seasons in the WNBA, but the experience didn't lend itself to my mental state. It was a depressing state in the WNBA. It's not watched. Values diminished. It can be quite hard. I didn't like the culture inside the WNBA without revealing too much. It was toxic for me. My spirit was being broken. Has the WNBA done anything to address that since then? If they have, they haven't announced it. I don't know. I'm not part of the WNBA. Who knows? Maybe they did do something internally. But if they did, they ain't announced it. Why does a woman have to deal with that and be bullied? This is very known and open within women. And it's not just the WNBA. It's women's college basketball. It's women's high school basketball. I used to coach AAU basketball, and I used to coach basketball, and I would see it. Not so much on my team. We had a girls' team, but they were younger. They weren't into that yet. The girls that I coached when I was they were younger. But you would definitely see it on some of them other teams. Like, God damn. I remember I was coaching the girls' team one time, and one of my girls, she had to guard this chick that looked like her name was Leroy. I was like, God damn, I wanted to get out there and guard that girl for her because, God damn, like, she had big hands and everything. Like, this chick was built like her name was Leroy. And I was like, man, and I know she be on the other team, hounding them dainty gals. I feel bad for my girl. Like, man, I wish I could guard Leroy for you, but so that's what you see. That's what you see about the WNBA and these women. Why do women have to go through that? They shouldn't have to deal with that. But they do. And then they turn around and talk about toxic masculinity. What about toxic femininity? Like, for real. You got women like, you got all the domestic violence within that league that they don't talk about. You know what I mean? All that going on. Let me see here. And also the pregnancy thing. How many women in the WNBA get railroaded for getting pregnant? This is something that just started just last year. WNBA investigator after Las Vegas Aces Dearica Hambry alleges bullying and manipulation. She's basically a woman who got discriminated against and traded basically because she got pregnant and decided to have a family. Something else that the WNBA has since swept under the rug. Get it together, ladies. get it together. Somebody said, don't they? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. This is why we can't allow the media to determine who we're mad at and who we're not mad at. You can't allow the media to point who's good and who's not good. You can't get into that. You can't get into none of that. You got to make your own decisions and see things for what they are. And don't allow others to manipulate your anger. Understand that it's good and bad all across this world, all across this country. But don't think good and bad is in alignment with any particular agenda. All right? Now, so now let's get into the whole situation going on in the Middle East. Without going into too many details, because I don't too much care outside of this, what's going on in the Middle East, on the West Bank, I should say, North Africa. What's going on in North Africa? North Africa is more appropriate. What's going on in North Africa and on the West Bank does have implications for all of us. So I just want us to be aware as to what's going on. You have the situations with the Iran firing them rockets at Israel. Israel, as of yesterday, they said responded. Understand why this is important. This isn't about black and white in America. This is about no matter what color you are in America, we gotta deal with the consequences of this action that's going on. And so it's best that we be aware of the action going on, we be educated, so we can, one, stay out of it. It's nothing we can say or do that's going to change what's going on over there. So it ain't nothing for us to fall on the sword for. They're going to have to, between Israel and Iran, they're going to have to work that out however they work that out. But just understand that the treaties that are involved, and that's what I want to point out today. Understand that countries like Iran, they have treaties with Russia and China to defend them if any aggression is taken by the West. And at the same time, Israel is in bed with the United States, France, England, and the Western allied forces to defend if they have any infraction of their freedom by outside forces. The primary concern I see and vulnerability I see is with the United States backing the Ukraine and Israel, do they have the military might to fend off any seizure of Taiwan by China? It's important because Taiwan is where all of our chips are made for our phones and our cars. And although Samsung just got awarded $6.9 billion for that factory in Austin, Texas, that won't be built and run in time before this conflict that we see going on that side of the world take place. So with that being said, I think we need to be aware of what's going on, while at the same time, invest in stock weapons. That's a good point, Andre Bryant. Got a smart ass chat room. Yeah, invest in the war machine. Shit. Invest in Raytheon. It's the best time to invest in this. This might save Boeing, because there's another report saying another whistleblower in other news came out from Boeing saying that all 787s should be grounded. Those Dreamliners. A Boeing whistleblower committed suicide last month. But another one came out just this last week and it said that all of the 787 Dreamliners should be grounded and tested for gap intrusion and things like that. So, something like this situation might save them. But this understand historically what we're dealing with. Iran represents the former Persia, and Iraq. I mean, and Israel. We have to understand what we're dealing with right now is a long story in history. It's not just starting out right now. But to bore you with details, I'm not going to go back too far. I'm only going to go back about 110 years. Let's just go back. Let's just start about 110 years ago and come to now. World War One. The overall point of World War One. I gotta say that slow because I will tongue twist my motherfucking ass if I don't. But that war was basically an ending of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, which ruled. Let me pull up a map for you. Come down to do two things at once, and then we're gonna keep going. World War One. When you take a history course, they tell you that was about the sinking of the Lusitania, a ship that was carrying war machinery. That's not what World War One was about. That may have sparked some kind of conflict, but really what World War One was about an ending of the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire, as you see the lands it ruled from about the year 1300 to about 1923. And the Ottoman Empire controlled trade, a lot of the trade in the Mediterranean Sea. So the current white folks that we know now, Europeans that are in control of the world, they didn't necessarily have the same impact over 100 years ago because the Western European powers still had to deal with the Ottoman Empire and its key locations in the Mediterranean Sea. As you see, that he who controls the Mediterranean controls that hemisphere of the world. And the Ottoman Empire, up until a little over 100 years ago, controlled that area. So World War One was about the European powers coming together, Russia, Germany. That was about the United States. I'm not saying United States, England, France, those European powers coming together to basically end and finish off the Ottoman Empire. And that's what World War One was about. World War Two was about who gets to control the spoils of the Ottoman Empire. Will it be Germany and Japan and those allied forces? Or will it be Russia, the United States, and the Western allied forces? Russia being the group, the people that did most of the work to win World War II. At the end of World War II was about who got to own and control the resources of the spoils of the Ottoman Empire for once and for all. And it was also about establishing Israel where the Ottoman Empire used to be, right here where you see Jerusalem. It was about establishing Israel as a state. And after they established Israel as a state, after World War II, there's been a constant Cold War and micro wars to maintain that status in the world. Iran, being formerly part of the Persian Empire, is a group of people who've never truly been subjugated. Although the Persian Empire officially ended hundreds of years ago, it's a proud group of people who has never been consistently held down by Western powers. There have been times Western powers have gotten somewhat control of them, but for the most part, Iran, they've never really been oppressed by Western powers outside of these embargoes and shit, these trade sanctions that crush their economy. But in spite of a crushed economy, in spite of all that, they still stand strong. So what we dealing with right now is a extension of these plays. And these plays actually go back thousands of years. All of the folks in Israel now versus those people of what we call Persia and what was going on in 500 AD and their issues that they were having back then, getting ransacked by those Caucasians in Persia in the year when at the fall of the Roman Empire, dealing with these people when they were just running around as Vandals and Visigoths, killing and fucking everything up in their world. Long stories. But just understand that that's in a nutshell. It gets more detailed than that. There are other stories that play in these world wars, but those are the overall arching reasons. And in order to maintain its status and maintain suppression of the former Persian and the former Ottoman Empire, the Western powers must have a stronghold in that region. Without a Western stronghold in North Africa, in the West Bank, there's a chance that the old Ottoman Empire could resurrect itself under a new name, under a new form. So that's a lot of what we see playing out. So understand, black folks, this is not our fight, but the fight still does affect us because war strategy, China has been waiting for a long time to get Taiwan back. And if the United States is too occupied militarily, too many places around the world, that'll soften Taiwan up for China's eventual overtaking of that region. And that means a lot to us because they make every phone, every chip in our phone, our cars, our computers, our PlayStations, and everything else. And so Taiwan is a very important region because of what it does economically to the United States and for the United States. So that's why we must just pay attention to what's going on. But at the same time, don't be too goddamn worried. You know what I mean? It's nothing we can do, as far as how it's going to play out. There's nothing we can do to change it. There's nothing we can do to, make it better. It just is what it is. These motherfuckers are going to play their bullshit games. And the best we can do is to, sit back and watch. All right? So, but let's go into that a little bit. Like, let's go what's going on with Israel. It's funny because I see something in the cards. When you read one of these cards, let's read Israel. This is their year. You know what's interesting about what I read here? Look in Israel's year. Do you see that 7 of spades? What's the 7 of spades? Iran. These are Iran. I have Iran's card spread up and Israel's card spread up. Iran. Oh, shit. This is Israel's card spread and Iran's card spread. I use the founding date for Israel to get their card, and the founding date for this new republic, Islamic Republic of Iran, which its official start date is April 1st, 1979. He said, I should do hood history lessons weekly. That's a good idea. I might do that. But here we go right here. Iran is a 7 of spades country. And in Israel's year, they have the 7 of spades year. That right there lets you know that Iran was on their radar. It had, if there's gonna be some shit spiritually and karmically, as far as where the cards play out, It's crazy. And okay, this is Israel next year. Okay. King of Spades. Huh. Oh. Mm. 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 You know what I see what's gonna happen with I'm reading already on Israel's side with next year. Okay. Okay. Ooh. It's not gonna there's gonna be a compromise. Six of clubs, it's not gonna go to where they want it to go. And not saying any one country is gonna win or lose, but this is gonna end in some sort of compromise. I don't see this, and as I read the cards from Israel's point of view, I don't see this ending in. I appreciate the super chat, famously Blacker. I don't see this. I see six of diamonds. I see some shit happening, but I don't. It's not. There's going to be compromise, is what I see here. There's going to be compromise. This isn't something that's going to go, like a lot of people think it's going to be the end all be all. And in some ways it may. But this isn't something that they're going to fight to the death and end the way they think it's going to end. And I think sometime in the year, they're going to realize that they're going to have to stop and negotiate. They're going to have to stop and negotiate. It's going to be a negotiation happening. Let me go into Iran's year. What is Iran looking like next year? April 1st? Oh, Iran is in his own. Ooh, this is interesting, y'all. Hey, look. For those of you who don't know, I'm a cardologer. I'm reading the cards on Iran and Israel just to see what their years look like, to see what's going to be happening. They both have 10 of clubs. They both have a 10 of clubs. Okay. But what I see here, here's what the 7 of spades is. All of the 7 cards are war cards. 7 of clubs is mental war. 7 of people like 7 of diamonds is physical confrontation. 7 of hearts is emotional, crossing the boundaries. 7 of spades is spiritual warfare. And oh shit, that's what this war is about. It really is spiritual. On top of, yes, there are these geopolitical reasons. Understand this, people, when we're talking about war and history, a lot of your people that argue over wars and history, one group says it's about this, the other group says it's about that. Understand this. These people don't start wars and go into these conflicts for one reason. Most of these things have multiple reasons for happening. There are multiple levels to things. That's why I don't argue with people. No, they doing it over oil. Yeah, oil is probably one of the reasons why they're doing it. That was definitely the reason why they had an issue with Iran back in the 70s. You know, there's some people are going to say, no, they're doing it because of global positioning. That's true too. Israel and the United States needs interest on the West Bank to influence politics on the Mediterranean Sea and trade routes on the Red and throughout that region of North Africa. So that's true too. Then some people are going to argue like, no, the war is spiritual. That's true too. We all know that the Jews and the Muslims don't get along. That's nobody's fucking secret. I wish they would. They damn near speak the same language. Their religions, Islam and Judaism, are more in alignment than Christianity and Judaism. They damn near got the same doctrine. They both love Moses. God damn. They brothers. But maybe that's why the hate and the pain is so deep. But where Iran wins in this situation, as far as in the cards, they're in their house. So when I see this, the environment card is the same as the sun card, that means they're where they need to be. They also have a 6 of clubs in Pluto, but this one in their Pluto position. They also have a 6 of clubs. Let me see. Let me go to the other Israel year. Let me see here. Okay, here we go. This is the one. Because Israel's birthday is coming up in 2 weeks, next month, May 14th. So I'm going to go with next year's card spread. I'm going to put next year's card spread for Israel next to this year's card spread for Iran. On your left is Israel. On your right is Iran. So let's see how this is going to work. Okay, so wow, they have so many overlapping cards. Iran has a 3 of diamonds in their yearly card. That's the card of conflict. That's the card. The 3 of diamonds. Puff Daddy and Donald Trump are both 3 of diamonds. The 3 of diamonds is a card that's with the shits. Conversely, Iran has a 2 of spades in their year. The 2 of spades is the card of partnerships, the card of working together. So it is in Israel's best interest to work with. The energy is for Israel is to work with. Their reward is the 6 of clubs and displacement. The 6 of clubs is a card of partnerships, the card of compromise. Or it can be very stubborn, depending on how it's played. It's the mediator. It's the negotiator. So it's in Israel's cards to negotiate. It's also in Iran's, in their Pluto. But understand what that Pluto position means. Pluto position means that's your last resources, Pluto. On top, Iran is they down for a fight this year. And the moon card, they both have 10s in the moon. Right? That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Because the 10 of clubs, the 10 of spades moon card for Israel is hard work. That's a card that can have success, but it has to dedicate a lot of resources. Does it have the resources that it takes to do what it wants to do? We don't know. We'll see. And the moon for Iran is in that 10 of clubs. And the peak, oh my God. Neptune. I'm not going to go too much deeper into the read between these two countries because I want to keep my channel. And I don't want to be seen as siding on no side. Because I don't side, you know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with everybody, you know what I mean? I don't want to see nobody get hurt. That's how I get down. I don't like war. Personally, my personal opinion on war is I don't like it. I don't like seeing people get hurt. But on either side, you know what I mean? And I don't want to get into that too much. But based on the cards of this situation, the guys that play soccer, they with the shits. Ooh, and the combination card between those two is a queen of clubs. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to, but either way it goes, man, like, I wish peace and love to everybody. And just understand that we are in this wartime scenario. And it does affect all of us. So we do have a right to speak on it and to talk about it. But based on the cards, put it like this. Both sides look like they're at their best if they can negotiate some sort of deal. This isn't something that we want to see play out based on the cards. And the cards are just entertainment. That's all it is. The cards are for entertainment purposes only. We just having a good time. I don't know what's going to happen. We just having fun. Which leads me to my last card read of the day. Before I get to my taking some of y'all card questions and calls. Ashanti and Nelly are back together again. You and I back together again. In a world full of sin. They announced the other day that they're expecting their first child together. And I want to talk about this because it's cool seeing them two together. I love seeing people come together. I love seeing people be in love. Because they always try to tell you, like they always try to tell you love is dead, love don't exist. It definitely exists. It's definitely around. Now, it ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't going to fall in love. Everybody ain't going to have it. But when we see it, it's good to see. Me personally, I ain't like neither one of them music. I like Ashanti maybe more than I like Nelly. So, again, you're listening to somebody who can give a damn about much of the music either one of them made, okay? I thought it was some cool hooks, some cool stuff. But Nelly's music, I never liked that Saint Lunatic sound. And I never was a big fan of Ashanti's sound either. Although I do believe and think Ashanti was supremely talented. You know, she was the genius behind Jennifer Lopez's stardom, you know? The voice and the pen. So I got nothing but love and respect for both. But personally, I can do without both of them's music, okay? But they got back together after a long time. I remember they were around when they were together when I was in college, and I remember seeing this shit. So when I saw that they got back together, the first thing I did was read their cards. And it's funny, Nelly has the same cards as the country of Israel, the Five of Diamonds. So because I saw them back together, y'all know me, I'm a cardologer. I like to find out in the cards what's going on. So chat room, can we find out? Y'all mind if I read these cards, the combination cards and the cards between Nelly and Ashanti to show you what's going on and why they're together? Do you mind, chat room? You say you from St. Louis? Well, you say you give up people. Yeah, no disrespect. Look, Miles Davis is from East St. Louis. I know it's different than St. Louis. I know you niggas get mad. St. Louis, East St. Louis, but still the same goddamn region. Y'all got some good music in St. Louis, but the St. Lunatics era, that wasn't for me. I'm just gonna say that nicely. That just wasn't my thing. So I can't say that that Ashanti doesn't know her. Ashanti's 43. Look, people, we can't judge people's relationship from the outside like that. Everybody's relationships got its own ebbs and flows. And some relationships need a little bit of time to germinate, to foster, in order to be there. Every relationship is not going to have a linear line. We got to remember that. Every relationship will not have a linear line. Okay? Some relationships go in and come out. And we see that here. Let's look into it more. So Nelly is a five of diamonds. Five of diamonds men, or people in general, five of diamonds are people who have a very, 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 very hard time committing. I'm sure it took a lot. I, it's best that Nelly did not commit when he was younger, to a marriage with her. Um, because five of diamonds people, they don't they're not they have to get it up out of them, and a lot of five of diamonds never get out of them. But a five of diamonds person, they're not good at. You don't want to see a five of diamonds get married in their 20s, especially five of diamonds men, especially five of diamonds men that have access to women. Now, if you one of them cornball niggas, but a lot of times five of diamonds people are very charming and they're socially adept, meaning five of diamonds people can adapt to any social situation that they're in. You know, so even if he wanted to the highest level to marry her back then, it's probably best that he didn't. And then when he was in his 20s, he was in his early 20s Jack of Clubs years. That means that he was saying, nine of diamonds in his 30s. Yeah, that's overcoming obstacles, and that's slick talking and not being 100 and doing Jack. So yeah, Nelly was in no shape mentally to commit to commit to her at that time in his life. Ashanti, on the other hand, is the nine of clubs. The nine of clubs is the overthinker, the card that thinks too much, the card that's never satisfied. So I'm sure Nelly's one thing that made him not commit to her younger and made him cool with it was Ashanti's never satisfied. Nine of clubs people are never satisfied. It's very, 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 very hard to. Well, I can't say never satisfied. I can't say that. Let me take that back. Nine of diamonds are never satisfied. My bad. It's not that nine of clubs are never satisfied. Nine of clubs overthink things way too much. Their mind is like, unless they have some kind of therapy, unless they have some kind of a way, a ritual to calm themselves down, nine of clubs overthink everything and they say anything, and you got to constantly reassure nine of clubs. The problem is so Ashanti's the kind of person that probably needs to be reassured a lot, overthinking things. And then she has a nine of spades in her Mercury card. That's hard to please. But her Jupiter card being that King of Diamonds means that she can only be sad. She the kind of man that she needs to be around is somebody that's going to produce on a high level, and Nelly does that. Their combination card is an Ace of Hearts. And that's interesting because this is where the nitty hits the gritty. This is where the combination of a relationship, this right here is where a relationship is the meat and bones of relationship, the relationship card. So the relationship card, their combination between the two cards is an Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts is baby-like love. It's the love of a child has towards its mother. It's a never-ending love, but it's a very immature love. It's a very selfish love. It's a love with the Ace of Diamonds and Mercury, means it's a rough start. So Ace of Hearts relationship, although there's a lot of love in that, there's extreme love in this relationship. But with them having an Ace of Diamonds in their Mercury, that tells me that their communication could be rough. And Ace of Hearts is very sensitive. It doesn't like rough. It needs to be coddled. But with the Ace of Diamonds Mercury card, that means the communication of the relationship is rough. These two, when they talk, it could be rough. And well, back then, it could be a rough start. And then it has a Queen of Diamonds in Venus. That means the highest level of judgment. high judgment, mother of dissatisfaction. And then the Mars card in that relationship been a Five of Hearts, emotional waywardness. So the challenge of an Ace of Hearts relationship is emotional disconnect. So that right there tells you that emotional, I won't say disconnect, but emotional unsteadiness. So a relationship like this, you don't want to move too fast in a relationship like this. See all those odd number cards? Odd number cards means imbalance. Three of diamonds. I'm going to talk three of clubs in Jupiter. Mental warfare. That means that's a card, that's a relationship that, and Ashanti already been a nine of clubs? Oh yeah. Yeah, this relationship had a very difficult beginning. Oh, you said Ashanti said that in an interview that Nelly had checked her about her mouth? See, I never heard that. See, these cards don't lie. These cards, well, look, y'all come to me for a card reading, they get right to the bullshit. They get right through the bullshit. And that's why y'all need card reading. Understand this? People are like, okay, what do I get out of a card reading? When you get your cards read, you could either spend months and Sundays trying to figure shit out about what's going on with you, or you could just come in for a reading, get right into the root of what your issues and problems are, and get to solving those problems immediately. That's why it's so important that you get a car reading, because you can get right to the root. Because the quicker you get to the root of your issues, the quicker you can be about the business of solving your issues. But if you spend years and years and years of therapy, years and years and years of trying, and you still don't know why you are the way you are, you got to come to get a card reading, because a card reading will tell you why you are the way you are. And if you're in a relationship and you're uncertain, or you may be certain, but you want to be sure about some of the problems and solutions within a relationship, hit me up also for relationship reading. And you can get your reading at breakthroughcards.com. You can go to breakthroughcards.com, Breakthrough Cardology, or go to Wnba.com and then hit on Breakthrough Cards. And then you can book your session right away. Wnba wham, boomty bam, we here. Get your shit. The reviews are on point. All that's on point. All right? And then also go to Wnba.com. Give me email address and donate to the documentary. Hit the donation on the documentary. All right? Let us cross 12,000, all right? Real soon. All right? All right. Yeah, you book the readings on breakthroughcards.com. That's where you book the readings. Hit book now, and the readings are right there. Yeah, but Ace of Hearts, this is a relationship that's slow to mature. It takes time to mature. It takes time to hit its stride. You know? Two of Hearts relationship move a little faster. Ace of Hearts, it moves slow. But it's a good combination of cards. As long as those two avoid being selfish and listen to each other. So yeah, we here. I'm getting tired. Do y'all want to do some readings? I'm getting tired like a motherfucker. I think I might have to take a nap before my show tonight. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna need it in this app before this show tonight in Long Beach, Fat Fridays. Gonna be having a raffle giveaway. Gonna be giving away all kind of good stuff. We're gonna be giving away all kinds of good stuff. Let's see here. Yeah. Y'all want to do some readings? All right. I'll do a couple. I ain't gonna do that many. Hit me in the Cash App $ Dewan Brown or call in. And call in, I should say. I'm only gonna do a couple. 323-744-7425. 323-744-7425. Yes, the top 200 list. You're right. Hell yeah, I think I'm doing a power nap. I'm doing like 1 or 2 readings. And then I'm a power nap. And then I'm gonna shave the hairs on my chinny chin. I just open up the phone line. I just open up the phone line. I'm gonna keep the phone line open up for like 1 minute. If nobody called this minute, I'm hanging up. And then I'm going to get in my bed for about an hour. And then get back up and get on the stage tonight, talk some shit. Shit. Y'all got 30 seconds to call in. I ain't keeping this whole open for long. Please don't call. I'm about to shut this shit down. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 1. Hell yeah. I ain't taking no goddamn calls. I should I just gotta, okay. Let me see here. I've got a Cash App. I appreciate the Cash App for reading 8/13/91. All right. I was just about to shut this motherfucker down. Take my goddamn power nap before tonight's stage time. 08/13/1991. King of Clubs. Let me see where you are right now. Are you still in your 4 diamonds years? You're still in your 4 diamonds years. You gotta make. I'm gonna finish. Hold on 1 second, caller. You're still in your 4 diamonds years. That means that you're in that point of your life right now, Wally, that you're establishing your foundation. Every move you make right now as a King of Clubs, it has to go towards establishing who you're gonna be when you're 70 and 80 years old. How you want to live your life, the lifestyle you want to live your life. You got to be making the decisions on how you're educating yourself, where you're working, and how you're spending your time. King of Clubs, spend your time wisely and make sure you spend your time building towards your future. And right now you're at a very critical time in your life. You need to be honing your skills. Don't get frustrated if you're not where you are, because you got a while to go. But this is the time in your life for you to be honing your skill set. Honing your skills, polishing your shit, making sure that you're on point with where you need to be. All right, King of Clubs. Hope that worked. Caller, you still there? Oh shit, the caller hung up. So back to you, King of Clubs. Yeah, you're at the point of your life right now that you're establishing your foundation in life. And you're really honing your skill set. Be focused. What's up, caller? What's the name? Where are you calling from? You there? You there, caller? This motherfucker called us on mute. You there? Oh, that nigga pocket dialed us. If you don't get your pocket dialing ass out of here, nigga. Which is cool, because I'm tired. I gotta get this nap before the show tonight, y'all. But before I'm gonna close the phone line. Don't call in. Shit. I gotta get this nap in before the show. But y'all gotta just see the world for what it is. Know that there's nothing we can do about it. Just watch and pray, nigga. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. Nothing you can do about it. If these two countries feel that they need to fight it out, then let them fight. Put your money in the right stock. You know, when it comes to what's going on in the Wnba, hopefully they'll find themselves a place to make them more hospitable for women who don't agree with the sex, who don't want to, I won't say even agree, for the women who don't want to participate in their chosen sexual lifestyle. And Nelly and Ashanti, ain't nothing we can judge. Based on their cards, they goddamn belong together. But they did the right thing by taking it slow. All right? No two relationships are alike. All right? He said the Lord gonna resolve the conflict. Right. That's in God's hands. I'm about to get up out of here. Remember this, there are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. Thank y'all again for listening. I'm out.